All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this series of online lessons. I'm just going to give you some tips on concepts that you are missing, even as you are solving those mathematics problems. And I think that is what has led to most of you failing your mathematics tests. It's the issue of algebra. Okay, so the issue of algebra. So some of you have some misconceptions on algebra and you still have problems with algebra, especially when let me see, simplifying expressions. So this is algebra, simplifying expressions. So simplifying expressions basically also deals with equations, solving equations. Okay, solving equations. So this is where most of you have problems. Now, what is an equation? So an equation is anything that has an equal to sign. So maybe you have 2x plus 3 plus 5x minus 2 is equals to negative 7 plus x. So this is an equation because it has an equal to sign there. So that is what an equation has. Anything that has an equal to sign, or yeah, basically we can put it that way. So anything that has an equal to sign is an equation. And how do you solve equations, or how do you simplify equations? Because this is just simplifying. So when simplifying any expression in mathematics, we make use of BODMAS. Okay, we make use of BODMAS. B for brackets, orders, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So first of all, B, we need to look for brackets. So this is an algorithm. It's a step-by-step instruction on how you should solve. So B, you start looking for brackets. Do you have any brackets? If you don't have brackets, you go to O. O is ordering. So you are grouping all those terms that have X on one side, which is this bracket, and all those terms that do not have X, they'll be on the other bucket, and there we should put an equal to sign. Okay, so on this bucket, terms that have X, we'll write them first of all. So we have this one and this one. These are the terms that have X. So we have 2x plus 5x. Okay, then now on this side of the equation, this has an X. So it has to go over the equal sign to the other side of the equation. And remember, we said the number goes with the sign in front of it. So since this is positive, and when it crosses the equal to sign, always all variables, when they cross the equal to sign, whether a number or a variable like x, when they cross the equal sign, the sign changes to the opposite. Okay, or basically what we're doing is we're introducing the additive inverse. So for instance, we introduce, since we want to get rid of x here, we say negative x this side, and this side we introduce negative x plus this, then this and that will cancel. But to think of it intuitively, you can just think of it as you have a number x here, which should be on the other side of the equation, and it has to cross over the equal to sign. Now when it crosses over the equal to sign, the sign in front of it changes. If it was plus, it becomes minus. If it was minus, it becomes plus. Now in this case, the sign in front of x is positive, so when it crosses the equal sign, it becomes negative x. Okay, we are done with the x. We've checked that we are done with the x. There are no any other x. Then on this side of the equal to sign, we have negative 7. Then these numbers will also have to cross the equal to sign. So this one, we get the number in front of it. The number in front of the number 2, when it crosses the equal to sign, it becomes positive. Okay, that is 2. Then we also have 3. So again, we check the number in front there of 3. When it crosses the equal to sign, it will become negative 3. Okay, so here is a misconception. The sign does not change when you're moving items around. So for instance, you say 2x plus 3 plus 5x minus 2. Then you say 2x plus 5x. Then maybe you say minus 3, then minus 2. No, it does not happen like that. Okay? So the sign only changes if a number is crossing the equal to sign. If it is not crossing the equal to sign, you maintain the sign in front of the number until the end. So here now you start simplifying. So we can write the equation as 2x plus 5x minus x is equals to negative 7 plus 2 minus 3. Okay, so now here we can now simplify. What we are simplifying, since here these all have x, we just get the numbers in front. So here we get the 2, so that will be 2 plus 5 plus 5. Then here there is negative 1, so minus 1. The 1 is invisible there, so but if there is nothing there, just know that there is negative 1. So what is 2 plus 5 minus 1? So this will give us 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to write this as 6. Then we'll just pick 1x, since they all have x, 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 x. And this side we can add everything, this plus this plus this. So negative 7 plus 2, that will give us negative 5. Then here we have minus 3. Okay, then here we have 6x would be equals to negative 5, negative 3. So remember, at one point Adana assisted us to say, if we have similar signs, what we are doing is adding. Okay, so 5 plus 3, that is giving us 8, and we get the sign that is there, which is negative. Okay, then here we want to remain with x alone, we say over 6. Even this side over 6, then this and that will cancel, and our x will be equal to, so here there is a positive. If there is nothing there, we say positive into negative, that will give you negative. Then you start simplifying. 6 into 8, that is 1, remainder 2. Okay, then 6 into 2, we put a 0 there and the point there. Then 6 into 20, that will be, so this will be 3, remainder 2, and it will continue 3, 3, 3, 3, and so on and so forth, and that will be your answer here. Okay, so that is something that you should take note even as you are solving equation, right? Yeah, so let me just put up a simple equation for you to try out. So let's say we have 2x minus 3 minus 5x equals to 4x plus 2 minus 1. So try to solve this one. Try to solve this one. So remember, what you're using is board math. Okay, so just pause and try to solve it. Then you can play it. So now I'll show you how you're supposed to solve it. So pause it, then try to solve it, then I will show you how you're supposed to solve it right now. All right, so I believe you've paused and you've solved. Now here, what you're supposed to do, remember you're using board math. Okay, brackets, do we have any brackets? No. Orders, this is what I'm interested on. Orders, do we have any orders entails that we have to order, we group the terms, right? So here what we're going to do for orders, we have this first bracket up to here, then we have an equal to sign, then we have another second bracket there. Okay, So now on the first bucket here, we have the x's. We want the x's to be on the first buckets alone. So we are going to have 2x. Then we also get negative 5x. Remember, we always get the sign in front of the number. So this is negative, it becomes negative. Then here, this 4x is on the other bucket. We want it to come on this bucket here for x's. So, but for it to come here, the sign in front of it will change because it is crossing the equal to sign here. So since this is positive 4, when it crosses the equal to sign, it becomes negative 4x. Okay, then this side, we have a 2 here, 2 minus 1 on this bucket. Then here we have this negative 3. Remember, always you are getting including the sign in front. Now, if this comes on the other side of the bucket there, it will cross the equal to sign. So if it crosses the equal to sign, the sign in front of it changes. If it is positive, it becomes negative. If it's negative, it becomes positive. So in this case, this crosses the equal to sign, it becomes plus 3. Okay, so now you can rewrite this as 2x minus 5x minus 4x is equals to 2 minus 1 plus 3. Okay, so we want you to be using that method, guys. So try to have the x's in one bucket and those that have just numbers on the other side of the bucket there. So now here we can simplify this. So this would be 2. So remember, if we have x everywhere, like here on this bucket here, what we can do is we just get the numbers and add them. So here we have 2 minus 5, this is minus 5, then this is minus 4. So when we add this will give us what? 2, remember you're using BODMAS, 2 minus 5, that will give us negative 3, then here minus 4, so this will give us negative 7. So it will give us negative 7 as our answer here. So this would be negative 7x. So this would be negative 7x is equal to, then here we simplify as well. So this will give us 2 minus 1 plus 3. So remember, we're using brackets, order division, multiplication, addition. So addition, we look at this as a group. So that will be negative 1 plus 3, that will be equals to positive 2, because since they are different signs, if they are different signs, what we're doing is we are subtracting them and we get the sign of the bigger number. So in this case, since they have different signs, we're subtracting 3 minus 1, which is 2, and we get the sign of the bigger number, which is 3, which will give us 2. Okay, so here we're going to have 2, and here we can divide by the number in front of x here, which is negative 7, and this side over negative 7. Then we simplify this, then x would be equal to, so you say 7 into 2. So they, first of all, you start with the negatives if there are any negatives. So negative times, if there is nothing there, then that's positive. So negative times negative into positive, that will be negative. Then here now you start 7 into 2, that's 0.7 into 20, that will be value of x. So if you have any question, you can just write them down in the comment section and I'll be able to come back to you at the earliest.